My viewers and listeners here care, obviously, about Britain. How bad is this for Britain? That Donald Trump has just been found guilty of 34 counts. What does this mean for us?
Well, I mean, I live in London as well, so I guess it takes me into consideration. First of all, I think he will beat this on appeal. So I do think he will probably still be elected president of the United States, which is a good thing for Britain because he's much more favorable to Britain than certainly the current president, Joe Biden, is.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, he is. I mean, this is kind of why I'm asking, really. I mean, Joe Biden has done quite a few things to deliberately throw two fingers up to Britain, and I actually just mean that very genuinely. I mean, the way that he did the whole Ireland trip was a complete and utter farce. He met for coffee with our Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, or Rashid Sunak, as he announced him as initially, and from the Conservative Party as well. Like, of course, the Conservative Party is completely out of touch with anything race-wise in Britain. So, he's slammed us on numerous occasions, Joe Biden. It was asked about whether or not he wanted to talk to British press. He said no because I'm Irish and all of this. My point is... It's a joke. Well, it wasn't very funny when he actually went to Ireland and then refused to talk to us. That was very real. My point is this, for Britain going forward here now, is this really just genuinely bad news for transatlantic relations?
I don't think it's...
No, go to Jennifer. Sorry, Jennifer, I am talking to you. How dare you?
I don't think it's bad news for transatlantic relations, though I do think what we're all witnessing, regardless of what you think about former President Trump, is what we've just seen is if the system wants to get you, they will. I mean, let's not forget Al Capone went away on tax fraud and Conrad Black on mail fraud. So if they want to get you, they'll get you. And they're trying to get him on a bookkeeping record. And I think if people are honest, which a lot of Democrats have been, they will say this is not a great day for the United States, not because of what's going to happen to Trump, but because of what's basically happened to our judicial system and how it's been weaponized. And if you're an honest person, you can see, especially, I think the reason why you didn't see people in the streets or, Nigel wasn't prepared or, a lot of Trump didn't have a speech prepared, as Suzanne alluded to. It's because the jury turned around so quickly that, that's quite shocking.
Genuinely, Jennifer, the last thing I would want to do ever is offend you, but I do value, I do value your opinion on this, okay? So from an outsider now, looking at America, this great country, and, the world looks to America, right? And you've got a guy who has just been found guilty of all 34 counts, standing to be president, running against a bloke who many people wonder whether or not he may or may not have dementia. And you think, what is going on with you guys?
Yeah, well, Patrick, I mean, you would be in line with 75% of the country who does not want to see this rematch between former President Trump and President Biden. So you're right, we should be able to do better. However, we are where we are. And I think people do not have the luxury of caring about this bookkeeping record from pre-2016 or mean tweets or, things that have been misfiled when we have an open southern border. We have ridiculous inflation. We have a terrible economy. We have, as Suzanne also alluded to, we had 4 years of peace and prosperity under President Trump, contrary to what a lot of people thought. And I take slight offense, actually, to your other guest's comment about President Trump holding up, this aid for Ukraine. I mean, it wasn't President Trump that was doing it. It was actually the American people saying, why are we protecting somebody else's border when we can't even protect our own? That's what was going on.